Don't scroll. You need to hear this. Faith still works, even when nothing else does. Have you ever believed for something you couldn't see yet? A prayer you whispered, a dream you buried, a promise you're still waiting on. Faith isn't proof first, it's trust first. You may not see it yet, but heaven heard you. Faith begins where logic is. It's that quiet voice that says, I still believe when the world says, why bother? You're closer than you think. Sometimes the hardest thing you'll ever have to do is believe again, but that's where miracles starts. Not in your strength, but in surrender. Faith doesn't need evidence, it creates it. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the substance of what we hope for. That means every word of trust you speak is building something in the unseen. You may not see progress, but faith is already working. You don't need to see the whole picture. You just need to keep painting and believe. The moment you believe, heaven begins to build. Faith doesn't move when it's ready. It moves when it's called. Right now, you're being called to believe again. Your faith is not failing, it's forming. Faith matures in the waiting, not the winning. You're being built in silence for the day your stories speaks loud. Don't let what you see make you forget what God says. When life feels unstable, remember his word never shakes. What faith really is. Faith isn't denying its direction. It's not saying this isn't happening. It's saying even if it is, or if it does, God is still in control. Faith says, I will trust even if I tremble, because courage isn't in the absence of fear. It's walking through fear with belief still intact. Faith whispers louder than fear ever could. You may feel unseen, but your faith is not unnoticed. Heaven keeps perfect record of belief. Your delay is not denial, it's divine timing. Faith takes shape in invisible season. You don't need visibility, you need vision. What looks like a pause is a preparation. Faith doesn't rush its roots. It grows quietly before it shines publicly. You are not behind. You are being built. Every trial trains your trust. Every waiting room is a classroom. Faith over feelings. Feelings are loud, but faith listens deep. Faith says, I may not feel ready, but I'll go anyway, because faith is a choice, not a mood. Even when tears fall, keep walking. Even when fear rises, keep speaking life. Faith leads, feelings follow. Don't wait until you feel strong to start. Start and watch strength meet you there. God is not moved by your emotion. He's moved by your faith. Every time you trust him instead of your fears, heaven moves closer to you. Faith doesn't erase emotions, it elevates it under truth. You can cry and still believe. You can break and still build. You don't need big faith. You need planted faith. Even a seed crack before it grows. So if you're breaking right now, maybe you're blooming. When life doesn't make sense, it's easy to trust when things are clear, but real faith lives in the fall. Romans 8:28 said, all things, not some, work together for good. So even when it hurts, heaven still is at work. It's not falling apart, it's falling into place. Maybe that closed door was protection. Maybe the delay was direction, and maybe the silence was strategy. God has are steady, even when your heart is shaking. You can't see everything he's doing, but I want you to know that doesn't mean he's not doing something. Faith doesn't demand details, it delights in trust. So let go of why and lean into who. God is still good even here. You don't need the full map when you know the maker. So keep walking. Each step reveals more light. Faith in the waiting. Waiting is where faith matures. while you are asking when God is working on how. Don't rush what's still ripening. Trust the process. It's proof you're chosen for something that's lasting. The wait is not wasted, it's weaponized. He's strengthening you for what's next. Your patience is proof of your preparation. God delay is always loaded with design. He's aligning what you can't see yet. Trust the invisible. Faith that waits well receives well. Don't despise the slow season. It's producing deep roots. Faith that stays steady when everything around you changes. Hold to the unchanging. When fear shouts, answer back with truth. You are not forgotten. You are being redefined. Every trial is proof that your faith has value. The enemy doesn't fight empty vessels. So, if you're under pressure, it's because there's purpose inside of you. So keep walking, keep believing. You're not just surviving, you're being shaped. Faith that finishes, faith that starts is good. Faith that stays is strong, but faith that finishes changes generation. Don't let your fatigue talk you out of your finish. You've come too far to stop believing now. Your faith story isn't over, it's unfolding. One day you're going to look back and realize the waiting was worth it. You're going to thank God for the no's that led you to the right yes. If you're still here, that means your faith is still alive. It may tremble, but it hasn't died. So I want you to say this with me. I still believe. I still trust. I still know God is working it out for me. Faith isn't waiting for proof. It is the proof. Every word of faith you speak builds something eternal. So don't stop building now. If this spoke to you and to your heart, don't keep it to yourself. I want you to tell me in the comments, what are you believing God for right now? I'm going to read them. I'm going to pray over them. I'm going to stand in faith with you on them, that God answer your request. And if you are ready to grow your faith every day, hit follow or subscribe right now. We're walking this journey together, one day, one belief, one miracle at a time. You're not behind. You're becoming. Keep walking by faith and not by sight. Let's grow together. Subscribe. Let's go.